If this were boxing, these punches, this tackle, and this kick would be illegal. But this is mixed martial arts, or MMA. Most people know about it because of the UFC, or Ultimate Fighting Championship. But what they may not realize is that it's illegal in 4 states, including New York.
It's very hard because school comes first right now. And when I have to fight out of state. I have to fight in Virginia.
Brad Desir is a business student at Fordham University and an amateur MMA fighter who has offers to go pro.
It's expensive having to drive there and stay in a hotel, you know, for the food. The hometown kids are always in town. I'm always the visitor. It's a lot of times you go out there with no support, just your coach.
Nice.
He served 4 years in the Marines and says his hand-to-hand combat training sparked his interest in the sport.
Nice. Nice try. Stop.
I like, you know, it's a little cliche, but the physical chess match. I like trying to outthink, you know, controlling somebody else's body, you know, dominance, and the competition of the sport. I love breaking someone else's will.
In the super fight. Now this changes everything here.
Mixed martial arts was started in 1993, and the UFC bragged about its lack of rules. In 1997, Senator John McCain from Arizona led the charge to ban MMA, labeling it human cockfighting.
A little bit to wait.
After many states outlawed it, cable companies dropped the sport from pay-per-view. There were things like groin shots and headbutts, so the UFC tried to clean up its act and outlaw these moves. By 2001, it was back on TV, but still fighting a negative image.
Every time they say, Ultimate Fighting, you know, used to be called human cockfighting. Every time you say that, you're reminding people, human cockfighting, human cockfighting, human cockfighting. It drives me nuts. Like, stop using the term. It's a 10-year-old term that doesn't matter anymore.
Stephen Kepfer, Brad's coach, runs the Coalition to Legalize Mixed Martial Arts in New York. In February, he held a rally outside the office of Assembly Speaker Sheldon Silver.
What do we want? MMA!
But there are MMA matches in New York. You just have to know where to find them.
Right now, New York is my market, you know, because I'm the only show in town.
Peter Storm has been running the Underground Combat League, or UCL, since 2003. Storm's fights happen at gyms all over New York. The windows are taped shut, and there's only one way to get in.
You got to be in the know, you got to be in the loop. You have to be a part of the martial arts community, but I mean, you just have to, it's like a secret society.
Secret, but not illegal since he doesn't pay his fighters. And unlike the UFC's 31 rules, the Underground League only has 4.
No biting, no eye gouging, no fish hooking, no groin shots. You know, the rules are very lenient. It's an opportunity for them to test their toughness more than anything.
But more lenient could mean more dangerous. No one has died, and Storm says he always has an EMT, but there are no required weight classes, and gloves are optional.
And then if the guy doesn't want to wear gloves, that's fine too. I don't care.
Kevin Wall is one of Storm's fighters. He's a 49-year-old personal trainer.
This is martial arts. I mean, if you want to make it a gentleman's sport, if there is such a thing, the way I look at it is like this: when it comes to combat, you can't be a gentleman about it, because you got that person coming at you and he's trying to hurt you. You can't be nice.
Licensing of MMA in New York is important because it gives you a standard to determine what should and should not happen in the sport in New York.
Assemblyman Jonathan Bing, an MMA supporter, thinks legalization will protect fighters.
Give the state more tools to go after the underground bouts and to go after the non-sanctioned bouts that might be occurring in New York. So it's going to keep people safer.
Another factor is money. A 2011 UFC study shows 2 New York events could generate $23 million in economic activity. But Assemblyman Bob Riley, who we reached by phone, isn't buying the money argument.
We could have a lot of things in New York State. For example, we could have prostitution in this state. And we could make the same argument we hear on a lot of other things. Well, prostitution already takes place. Why not legalize it and us get our tax dollars from it? Well, many of us think it's morally wrong, and we don't want to have it in our state.
Go.
For now, Brad Desir continues to fight across state lines, but he hopes one day he'll be the hometown fighter. Brett Teal, Columbia News.